Good afternoon, Dwayne here, Dry Creek Wrangler School. It's today's the 15th. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we had a really good, really busy week at school this week at the Wrangler School, and so we kind of let off early this afternoon and went and got some hay and another water trough, and just got some chores done that we needed to get done. And I had a little time this afternoon, and I've been busy all week, so I haven't addressed the uh, the Charlie Kirk situation, and I've been asked by several, a lot of young men. They're not sure how to process this, and not sure what to think about it, not sure how to respond to it, and so I'm just gonna give you my side of things. And I'm not going to tell you how you need, but maybe if I give you my side of things, maybe it'll just give somebody a point of perspective. As you know, if you've been on my channel for any length of time, I'm not a political animal. I have opinions on things. I vote. There's no question that I'm very conservative in my stand. I'm fiscally conservative, morally, socially conservative. Um, I'm more libertarian. Probably if I had to have a political affiliation, you'd find me to be more libertarian than anything. Um, the smaller the government, the better. Um, but saying all that, I don't chase politics and pundits on the internet. I was aware of who Charlie Kirk was, um, almost just peripherally. I've seen some of his debates on college campuses, and I did not know he was married. I did not know he had 2 children. I did not know he was 31 years old. There were a lot of things I didn't know. I just knew peripherally who he was. My take on him was he was um, politically conservative, socially conservative, but not crazily so. And I was always impressed at not only how intelligent he was with these debates on these campuses, but how respectful he was. Um, and he seemed like a very, very sharp, intelligent young man. Definitely a Christian, a very outspoken Christian, but not a hateful um, Christian. And I'm going to be honest with you, folks, that was basically my take. That's all I saw, all I really knew of Charlie Kirk. And I wasn't, I wasn't drawn to know any more. When I got word he had been assassinated, um, I felt I felt sick to my stomach because what little bit I knew about him, I knew he was a good man. There were positions he held that I didn't agree with, but they were not positions that I would think any less of anybody over. Um, I am not. I'm. I'm not a Christian nationalist by any stretch of the imagination. I have some philosophical and doctrinal issues with that position, and he was very strongly a Christian nationalist. And I've sat and listened to him and the scripture he gave backing up his position, and I think he was honest and he was sincere and he had the best intentions and wishes and heart for both of this country and for people. But I think he was wrong on that. But when I heard he'd been assassinated, it was a kick in the belly. Um, and I did what I usually do in these situations. I just step back and watch and wait. Um, there are a lot of things that's going around, and I don't think it's true. Do I have position? Do I have information? Um, no, I don't. I have years of experience. I have years of watching things, and even the devil has a pattern. The devil has a pattern. The CIA has a pattern. Israel has a pattern. The modern media has a pattern. The FBI has a pattern. We're humans. And when we find something that works, we stay with it. Okay. And so I immediately said, I don't take any of this at face value. Let's watch and see how the patterns play out. Um, when they said that they had caught the fellow who did it, I said that it won't be him. And it wasn't. And then they caught the second, and I said, this is all to myself. I haven't been discussing this. I'm like, they'll find another guy. He'll be a young, clean-cut white kid, and they'll pin this on him. Folks, that young man didn't kill Charlie Kirk. I don't believe it. I think we have this generation's Lee Harvey Oswald. That's what I think. That's what I think he is. I think he's a patsy. I don't think, this is just me, this is my opinion, and it ain't worth no more than just my opinion, okay? My opinion and 50 cents won't even get you a cup of coffee at the local cafe. But this is important. I don't think the left-wing haters killed Charlie Kirk. Have I seen all the rejoicing, the heinous, demonic, hateful, mentally ill, laughter and rejoicing over the death of this good man, this father? Yeah, I've seen it. Do I think they killed him? No, I don't. Why? Because they're weak. People need to understand that the underlying characteristic of the left is weakness. It's weakness. They are physically weak. They are morally weak. They are mentally weak. Everything is give me. Everything is give me a safe space. If I don't have something to say, I close my eyes and open my mouth and stand on a street corner and scream and scream and scream. They're weak. I don't just mean physically weak, but they're weak. Okay? These are not people who will climb up on a building to the second story and make a 200-yard shot, jump off the building and walk away. All right? They are useful tools at this point because they are a distraction. And they are causing people to think that someone from that side did do it. I don't think so. I do think this was a political assassination done by a professional that was hired to do this. That's what I think. Like I said, that's just my opinion. Okay. Is that a gimme for the left? No. I absolutely, horrifically despise the left and all of its tenets and everything it stands for today. I don't wish them harm. I don't physically wish them ill. And I certainly would not get on and laugh and rejoice if they got assassinated and got killed. Would not do that. That's evil. Okay? But I don't respect them on any level. I don't respect them enough to believe that they are capable of this. Okay? Again, that's just me. That's my opinion. Now, going forward, how to respond to it. That's harder to define. I believe, and I have taught on the Bible channel, as a Christian, we are in this world, but we are not of this world. Okay? Charlie Kirk went home to be with the Lord, if his testimony is true, and I have no reason to doubt. Good was killed by evil. Bottom line. Good was killed by evil. Now, first off, we have to realize that this has been the case for the entire history of man. All right? Cain killed Abel. Good was killed by evil. This is not something new. This is not something that's going to go away. We have to be very careful, I think, first off, not jump to conclusions, to not jump to blame, number one. Okay. Um, remember Timothy McVeigh. I don't, well, anyhow. Number two, you can't let it change you because that's what they want. The Islamic attack on the United States, the ones that we had here, um, it was stated what they wanted to do was fundamentally change the culture of America, and they did. Fundamentally, the culture of America is one of fear. You can't, the security to go into a football stadium, if you want to go watch a ball game, forget getting on an airplane. You imagine what, they succeeded in what they did. They succeeded in what they planned. And let me caveat this. I think some of those terrorist attacks were not Islamic terrorists. Some were, they admitted it, and some weren't. Okay? That's low-hanging fruit. But what true evil does not want to destroy you. It wants to change you. It wants to alter you. If it can't destroy you, it wants you to look more like it. Well, what does evil in this country look like? First off, it's fearful. These millennials on YouTube today, Instagram, screaming and yelling and crying and belly aching and laughing. Their emotions are manic and unstable. What are they? They're fearful. They are a fearful people, and they hate it that you're not as fearful as they are. So don't let it make you fearful. Secondly, don't let it make you hateful. Don't let it make you hateful, all right? How do I defend against the evil that's in our society today? I deny them what they want most. And what is that? I deny them the freedom, the chance, the opportunity to change me. Okay? Some of you fellas, I've seen it on here. This is the first trigger in World War. Left versus right. And they're talking about no, it's not. Just stop. It's not. Okay? Because they are fearful and they are weak. They are not, when they attack their own cities to protest, they will not, Antifa did not go into Houston, Texas and try to burn it down. They went to Seattle. That's their own city. They go to the places that they know that there's going to let them get away. They go to weak people. These are weak people who prey on weak people, okay? These are people who go into schools and murder little children. These are people who go into churches now and murder quiet worshipers. These are people who go and murder middle-aged politician woman wearing a business skirt and pump shoes. These are weak, cowardly people. And those of us who are conservative and strong and on the other side, we are not going to be physically attacked by these people. It will come from another source. But this is not the beginning of a physical world war between the left and the right. It's not. Why? Because the one thing they have proven from the beginning is that they are weak. They're weak of soul. These people have weak souls. They're weak of mind. They're weak of heart. They do not have hearts of courage. And they're weak physically. Have you looked at these people? Have you looked at them physically? Across the board, Okay? All of the interviews, all of the debates, every single Instagram, every single tiny short, everything that's come across my channel with a far left wing rage baiter, I look at that and I'm like, that's a joke. So, fellas, I'm going to say that I've said this so many times and I'm going to say it again. And some of you are not going to agree, and I understand, and that's okay. But just chill. Just chill. Should we be enraged at the evil? Yes, we should. But be ye angry and sin not. We should be wrathful. Listen to me. We should be wrathful against evil. But we should not let that wrath change us or define us or compromise us. We do not lose control of who and what we are because the other side has lost control of who and what they are. We see it. We recognize it. We speak out against it. We stand up against it. We are strong and we are brave, but we will not crawl down into their sewer. One thing about Charlie Kirk that I saw, and again, I'm not an expert on Charlie Kirk, but he waded into the sewer time after time after time and never let himself become the sewer. He stayed who he was. He stayed above the filth. He tried to help clean the filth, but he did not become filthy. And so my advice, young men, is to be strong in here. And don't let evil change you. Don't jump to conclusions. And don't fight against things that you can't fight against. There are things that are much, much bigger. They were prophesied before the world began. It's going to happen. And we look out for ourselves and for ours. But we don't become fearful. We don't become vengeful. And we don't get mean. Okay? I was introduced to a new guy. He's probably been out for a while. I don't know. On there, I never heard of him, didn't know anything about him. Some guy, and I usually don't do this, but I'm going to do this. Some guy named Nick Fuentes. That guy's bad. That guy's spirit is bad. Don't get sucked into. You were circling a star. That star went away. Don't go and find the closest thing to him that you can find and start circling that star as a substitute and a replacement. You look to Christ. You be a strong man, you be a good man. Okay? And I've told you this before. When hell comes to breakfast, you get up and you start all over again. Don't let this destroy you, even a little bit. Don't let this corrupt any corner of your character. Charlie Kirk did what he thought was right, and in my opinion, was right. He was a remarkable young man, and he was a warrior. Learn from him. Respect not only what he did, but respect the price that he paid for it. Respect the gentleman that he remained in the face of all this adversity. Emulate him. Whoever killed Charlie Kirk, let it be said, they did not kill Charlie Kirk. they created 10,000 more Charlie Kirks. And let's see how they like them apples. Okay? Hold on, fellas. We're not controlled by the circumstances around us. We are not controlled by the evil spirit in others. We'll stay strong and we'll stay good before God. What is the point of being righteous if you can't be righteous in the face of evil? We'll just end it like that, all right? So, be of good courage and quit ye like men. Quit doesn't mean give up. In the Old English, quit. It's how you conduct yourself. And we'll be all right. And God's will be done. Because who can thwart God's will? Well, we have faith in his wisdom. God's wisdom. We have faith in God's goodness. And we remember for Charlie, Romans 8:28, all things work together for good to them who love God, for them who are called according to his purpose. I'll catch you guys next time.